Breaking tonight at 11, spring break fun turned into chaos. Shots fired near the boardwalk in Daytona Beach, leaving 2 people hurt. The investigation now underway in Volusia County. Plus,
be prepared to stay indoors as we'll wrap up your weekend with impact weather here in Central Florida. A strong cold front will sweep across the region, bringing heavy showers, gusty winds, and even the chance for a tornado. I'm timing out each of the impacts straight ahead.
And that severe weather left a path of destruction across several states wide. The intense new video showing people buckle down as a tornado hits their neighborhood.
WESH 2 News starts with breaking news.
That breaking news tonight out of Daytona Beach, where 2 people are hurt following a shooting. Good evening and thanks for joining us here on WESH 2 News. I'm Luana Munoz. This all unfolded near the boardwalk. That's where we find WESH 2's David Jones tonight. And David, this is all happening with spring break now underway.
Yeah, Luana, but you wouldn't know it because the police have done a pretty good job of making sure this area is cleared out. A police car cruiser just arrived here on scene behind me. We're standing on the boardwalk behind the Wyndham. This is off just about a block north of Aura Street in Daytona Beach. This is where police say that shooting broke out earlier this evening. We've been speaking with some folks who have been staying here at the resort. They say that they actually saw the shooting unfold and took a video. Let's take a listen now. And as we've been out here, we have just seen a mass of folks, mostly young kids, teenagers, amassed out here, not very aware of the situation unfolding. But again, Daytona Beach police have done a very good job of clearing out this scene, giving themselves room to investigate. But they have removed the ropes here along the boardwalk and reopened it to the public. We will stay on top of this, of course, and bring you any new details as we gather them both on air and online at WESH.com. Covering Volusia County, live in Daytona Beach, David Jones, WESH 2 News.
All right, we want to take you outdoors tonight for the other top story that we're following. It has been a calm day across Central Florida. Beautiful weather that we have seen all day, but changes are coming. Our first warning weather team is tracking the potential for severe weather making its way toward our area. Our meteorologist, Marquise Mita, is joining me right now. Marquise, you've been timing this all out for us. You say that this is going to hit even before the noon hour.
Yes, Luana, even tonight, we'll start to see the wind speeds begin to pick up. And that means that a cold front's approaching the region, right? We'll have that tight and compact pressure gradient. And the tighter the gradient, well, the faster the winds. And we'll see those become one of the primary hazards throughout the afternoon and across the evening in Central Florida tomorrow. So it's an isolated severe thunderstorm threat, but we'll see those damaging gusts possibly surge upwards of 45 miles per hour. I wouldn't be surprised if we do have a wind advisory here in Central Florida. On top of that, hail and even the chance for an isolated tornado are going to be the other impacts that we'll be watching out for. So here's another look at that frontal boundary. Ahead of it, you see all the precipitation concentrated across Alabama, now moving into Atlanta, Georgia. And this cold front has packed a very immense punch across the southeast. We've had several tornado warnings so far today. And here's a look at the impacts you'll be dealing with tonight. We do see that shade of red in which widespread severe thunderstorms are moving across the southeast. But tomorrow, it's a marginal threat for the majority of us here in Central Florida. Now, we still can't rule out the chance for an isolated spin up across our north and westernmost counties, particularly Marion, and that'll be right around 12 that you'll start to see those first few drops of rain moving into the region. Now, the front will progress towards the south and the east as the afternoon goes on, and you'll still be dealing with overnight rain showers and gusty winds across our south and easternmost regions tomorrow and then into Monday to start off your work week. We'll get a closer look at the timing in each of the impacts coming up in the next 15 minutes.
And that storm system that Marquise is tracking spawned several tornadoes and brought severe weather to the Midwest and South. This is a look at some of the damage tonight. We're also getting a closer look at new video at the moments that a tornado ripped through Mississippi.
Man, that's a tornado.
Talk about a wild scene. At least 26 people are dead across several states, and nearly 10 million are under tornado watches tonight. And as that severe weather rolls into Central Florida, make sure to download our free WESH 2 News mobile app. You can count on our first warning weather team to keep you and your family safe with all of the latest updates and the latest timeline of tomorrow's impact weather. In other news that we're following, a man is dead after Orlando police say someone opened fire at a shopping plaza earlier this morning. This happened on Curry Ford Road near Summerlin Boulevard. WESH 2's tonight, Gebra tells us more about the victim. Happening right now, police in Altamont Springs are looking for a man accused of attacking multiple women. The incidents happened near State Road 436 and Wymore Road. Investigators say the man approached women who were alone between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. They say the suspect appears to be in his 20s or 30s, about 6 feet tall with a slim build. Anyone who recognizes him or knows anything about these incidences are asked to call Altamont Springs police. As troopers investigate several crashes in our area, some deadly, state officials are warning drivers to use extreme caution on the roadways, especially right now during spring break. Crews shut down all westbound lanes on I-4 for several hours after a deadly crash there. But it wasn't the only one along Central Florida roadways in the past days. Another on 429 in Orange County sent 4 people to the hospital after a driver drifted out of their lane and hit a van, which was then hit by a tractor trailer and then jackknifed, hitting another tractor trailer.
While you may be a good driver, you have to really consider the other drivers around you when you're traveling.
Officials want to remind everyone to take things slow and give yourself enough drive time to make it to your destination safely. Today was expected to be the busiest day at Orlando International Airport, with nearly 200,000 people passing through. This is a live look tonight through our tower camera pointed at OIA. For a smooth, or MCO, excuse me, a smooth getaway, airport officials want to remind people to give yourself enough drive time again to make it to your location. Tomorrow will be no different, as it is projected to be the second busiest day at MCO. Well, next at 11, our first morning weather team is continuing to track the chance for severe weather tomorrow. Marquis.
Well, we're already breezy out the door, Luana, with gusts upwards of 20 miles per hour just before the midnight hour. And these winds are really picking up. That's just one of the impacts we'll see as severe weather comes barreling across the region. We're tracking it all straight ahead.
This is Tony. He's your chief meteorologist and Central Florida's most accurate.
No matter the forecast, I'm always watching your weather.
From sunny skies to stormy afternoons, trust Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi and WESH 2 First Warning Weather. Chopper 2, your live eye in the sky, covering breaking news in Central Florida. The biggest stories from every angle, so you never miss a moment. This is what local, live, late-breaking coverage looks like from Chopper 2, and it's only on WESH 2 News.
Engine ignition and liftoff. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
Well, SpaceX sent another batch of Starlink satellites into orbit this morning. The Falcon 9 rocket blasted off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station this morning at 7:35. Meanwhile, Crew 10 is expected to arrive at the International Space Station in less than an hour. This is a live look at the Dragon space capsule moments ago as it approaches the ISS. A Falcon 9 rocket carrying the Dragon spacecraft lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center just after 7 o'clock last night. Eventually, it'll bring home Starliner astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams, who have been stuck in space since June of last year. Crew 10 is now expected to dock at 12:07 a.m. All right, let's talk about what is going on weather-wise. I pause for a long while because we're such a drastic change, right? Today, gorgeous weather out there. If you didn't get out and enjoy it, definitely today was the day to do it.
Well, I think you paused because we need a second to catch our breath, right? I know we started off the week already with severe thunderstorms rolling across the region. We saw the tornadic events that happened in Seminole County, and we could possibly see more tomorrow. Now, out the door right now, it's calm, it's quiet, but it's certainly windy. Now, the winds are really beginning to pick up, and that just shows the strength of the front that's approaching. We've got that breeze from the south and the east with sustained winds of 15 miles per hour right here inside the metro, and the gusts could be considerably higher than that. Gusty conditions are up to 23, nearly 25 miles per hour across New Smyrna Beach, and this is well ahead of tomorrow's rain showers that will evidently be moving in. Now, taking a look at the temperatures, we haven't really dropped at all across across the evening. We're still holding on tight to the low in the mid-70s, 74 in Ocala, 73 out east across the Kennedy Space Center currently, and your dew points aren't too far behind that. So we're trending warm and also humid tonight, and the combination of the two will really pick up the instability before this front gets here tomorrow. It's going to be a front that passes in the afternoon, and that'll give your daytime heating temperatures time to warm up to the middle of the 80s, and we're going to be just as humid tomorrow, considering that we're pulling in the winds from the Atlantic ahead of the front moving in, and you see all the rain still associated with it, cruising across Tuscaloosa, now into Atlanta, where we still have that risk for severe thunderstorms and any potential tornadic spin-ups. And you see all the lightning strikes associated with it. We just saw a spin-up about half an hour ago, radar indicated, and that was in the hearts of Alabama, and we could potentially see more throughout the day tomorrow. We've certainly had our fair share of rain, where we have these shades of purple here. Radar indicated rainfall accumulation totals of up to 10 inches. Now, we won't see that much rain here in central Florida, but what we have seen today has been the chance for any tornadic events, damaging winds and hail all across the southeast. Now, that threat tomorrow is not going to be as strong. This is a marginal threat to slights of 1 to 2 out of 5, depending on where you are. A little bit greater towards the north and the west across I-75 in parts of Marion County, where we're expecting the chance for stronger, gustier winds and even the potential for a tornadic spin-up. We can't rule that out just yet, but we're not showing the threat being as severe or as strong as we do today. Tonight, though, temperatures slowly cool into the upper 60s. Here in the metro, will be anywhere between 66 and 74 degrees throughout the day tomorrow. And as we track it all on Futurecast, you see the winds are a very strong component, and the rain as well. Winds could possibly be up to 40+ miles per hour. Rain showers will enter the metro around 4. We'll see those isolated conditions push towards the east afterwards, pulling into the midnight and past the overnight hours. But I also want to pay attention to this. It's the rotation risk that we'll see much stronger. We see these shades of orange to our northernmost communities. We're talking about Ocala, possibly even Palm Coast. That's where we have the chance for any stronger tornadic developments. We also have the rain to deal with. Rain is not a significant factor, but we could see isolated amounts between ½ an inch and an inch before the cold front pulls past us on Monday and high pressure takes control of the forecast, which means eventually there is some light at the end of the tunnel. But we start off your forecast with impact weather on Sunday. We dry out Monday in the afternoon after the passage of the rain, and we warm up towards the middle of the work week. We're back in the lower 80s on Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, let's talk a little sports. WESH 2 sports anchor Zach Maskovich joining me right now. Zach, we already have a pro basketball team. We've got a pro soccer team, and now we're talking Major League Baseball potentially here in Orlando.
Yeah, they're definitely just rumors right now. It's something we've been looking at very closely to see if the Orlando Dreamers can make the dream a reality. I asked a prominent sports owner if he supports a Major League Baseball team coming in. That's Mark Wilfians, the Vikings, Orlando City, and the Orlando Pride. We'll hear what he has to say coming up next in sports. Plus, tomorrow is college basketball fans' big day, Selection Sunday. We check in with Florida head coach Todd Golden on why he feels his team should be a #1 seed no matter what happens in tomorrow's SEC championship game.
This First Morning Weather Update is sponsored by attorney Dan Newlin.
Custom weather alerts on the WESH 2 app. Download it today. WESH 2 Sports is sponsored by Mullinax Ford, where it's truck month, and you'll find over 2,100 new trucks on sale with upfront prices and no dealer fees. Now, WESH 2 Sports, sponsored by Mullinax Ford.
Just one more sleep until Selection Sunday. Hello, everybody. I'm Zach Maskovich. Conference championship weekend is quickly winding down, and by this time tomorrow, we will know how the 2025 NCAA tournament bracket will look. If the Florida Gators can complete 3 wins in 3 days, they will most likely have a #1 seed. Florida took care of Missouri on Friday. That earned them a date with the Alabama Crimson Tide this afternoon. It is something we are monitoring closely. Stay with us. WESH 2 News at 11 continues on the other side of the break.
Let's get a final look at your forecast with Marquise Mita. Marquise, what's going on out there?
We want to throughout the day tomorrow, we will be watching the radar closely as severe thunderstorms will come tumbling across central Florida with the first few showers across Marion County as early as 12 in the afternoon, progressing across the I-4 corridor and then working their way south overnight. Now, your 7-day forecast does highlight impact weather Sunday, but we have a lot more sunshine following, bringing temperatures into the low 80s Wednesday and Thursday.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us tonight here on WESH 2 News. Remember, Saturday Night Live is coming up next. Have a wonderful and blessed night. We'll see you later.